begin. I like to read because it's basically a way of expressing myself, and it also gives me like a lot of new words.
I like science and geography.
In case you couldn't already tell, these guys are big fans of books.
Your son Wilfred has spent 6 years as a grub in this school, and we are still waiting for him to emerge from the chrysalis.
But getting their hands on as many books as they'd like is tough. See, they go to the South Australian School for Vision Impaired, which means they need special kinds of books that have large print or are written in Braille.
Braille is just like, it's a combination of dots that are used to make up different words and letters.
Braille is a tactile reading and writing system, which means people feel it and use their hands to read instead of their eyes. The different sequences of bumps make letters and words, and by touching them you can tell exactly what the words say.
That's hard.
If this were typed in Braille, it would mean hello. This is BTN, and this is my name. Cool. The Braille system was invented by this guy, Louis Braille. You can probably guess how he came up with the name. He lost his sight when he was a kid. Back then, books for people who were blind used normal letters that were raised so you could feel them. But when he was 15, Louis came up with a new system of letters that were much easier to read with your hands. Now, Braille's used around the world. But in Australia, Braille books are tough to come by. A lot of them have to be ordered in from overseas, but that doesn't really work when it comes to textbooks, because our subjects are different to, say, America. So this school set up its own printing business.
So we have maths, science, history, all of the textbooks, class novels, picture books, readers, you name it, anything that a student at school needs, that's what we do.
They type out the pages in Braille, and then volunteers create special tactile pictures that you can feel.
You've got a tree up here. I can tell it's a tree because it's got outstretched lines, which I can tell represent branches.
Some books are easier than others.
But you do have to think outside the square a bit sometimes, and it's always a hard page that you leave until the very last.
It takes about a month to make each book, but the hard work is definitely worth the reward.
I love these books because I can't read print, and if I didn't have these Braille books with the tactile pictures, I wouldn't have the education that I need.